How's it going? Thanks for joining. If you're in here, welcome. This could be the start of something pretty cool. Hello again. I'm back with another stream, and I also was able to figure out a bunch of different streaming technicalities that I needed to have done that I was needing to have done, but I didn't do until just now. So now I have, all three: YouTube, Kick. I don't know about Restream now that I'm thinking about it, but definitely Twitch. So all three of those should be coming through. If anyone comes by and is wanting to say hello, anyone comes by and is wanting to drop any thoughts, notes, comments, anything, feel free to do so. I should be able to see it now. And yeah, I think this stream session I got a little something special that I'm going to be testing out. Not just testing out. It's definitely going to be something that I want to start implementing regularly, as much as I can, really, because like the whole idea here is to basically encapsulate the lives of people who are passionate about music in whatever way that may be. And even if it's just simple conversations about like what kind of music me and another person like, or anything like that, just interesting like takes they might have on certain genres, what have you. um I think it's always going to be something that I'll want to include on the channel, and just in the content in general. I want to include other people, other producers, other musicians, friends, whatever. Um, just like anything like that. And if you are viewing this and feel like, that sounds like some fun, like you might be wanting to, sit down with me virtually, have a conversation about music, maybe give me your backstory, and be a part of the community I'm trying to build here, which is, just run by people who love music and have a passion for it. Kind of that simple. You're definitely welcome to just message me however you see fit, and we can get you in here, and I can get to know you a little better. But yeah, let's start checking around and seeing if I can get someone in here. I think I should be able to. But yeah, so let's try. Let's do a couple things here, actually. I know this is kind of random. I'm going through my pages right now, but paste. I gotta paste Discord audio into all these because I'm most likely going to be using Discord for the conversations. But yeah, let's do speak again. Discord audio, Patrick's alerts. Let's hide that. Very good. All right, it looks like we're all set. it appears that we are all set. Let me message this gentleman. Facebook. Okay. I let him know just to hop in whenever he's ready. Yeah, and it's really gonna be pretty casual, nothing specific yet. I don't know where any of these will go. I assume most of the time it's gonna be on the level of like a podcasting type of thing. Oh yeah, he changed his name, so we'll do. There we go. All right. He said he should be ready and he should be good to go. He is a bit of a Discord noob, so I might need to send him an invite to the channel again. Copy. Go over here. Enter. All right. Yeah. I think we got it. All right, and while we wait on that, let me pull this up and open a new tab here, YouTube.com. I'm not really sure what to make, but I think what I'll start off with is like if you guys have any genres you want me to try to make that I've never heard of or never done, or even if I have, I'd be happy to try and make it on the stream. But otherwise, I think I'm just gonna look up new up and coming genres 2024. My cat. All right, let's hear it.
The newest genre of 2024 is this. All right, video's over. No, but actually, what did you just hear? It was
What was
this. No, but in all seriousness, what you...
Hold on, something weird's going on here. I'm feedbacking through Discord. Give me a couple seconds to figure that out.
You just heard was the
Why am I feeding?
newest genre of 2024, something that I spent days working on and perfecting and fine-tuning. ambifusion. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand what it is,
That should fix it, I believe.
but you'll know how to make it. So let's start at the very beginning. How do you go about making a genre anyway? You would think the easiest way is to just mash two genres together, right? Simple enough? Wrong. This is the most brain-busting task on the planet because you not only have to have the talent equivalent of Eric freaking Clapton in the genre of your choice in order to have an understanding well enough in order to perfect the craft and actually utilize the concepts of that genre correctly, you have to do that for two genres. So I threw that idea out the window right away. Instead, I started actually thinking about how we listen to music. And then it came to me, what if we listened to two songs at the same time and it actually sounded good? That's the main principle behind ambifusion. Two songs played at once that actually kind of sound good together. Easy enough to explain, not so simple to do. So before I moved forward, I decided I needed to make some rules to help guide me along the process. But first, coffee.
There we go. Okay. Figured out what was going on there. Give me 2 seconds to fix this as well. Man, that was a close call there. Sweet. We got it.
Ties music together to make it sound good or harmonious, but without getting into the nitty-gritty of it, there are three main categories that we can divide this up into. Syncopation, this is how the different rhythms of different instruments interact with each other. Video. There's this weird duality with this genre, both with the dynamics between the two songs and a balance between this idea of order and chaos. It's really just one big balancing act, and honestly, there's so much more that could be done to take this genre further. Maybe instead of writing songs separately, you write them at the same time. That way you could have one song play a super busy section while the other song just plays chords or something. Not to mention all the different genre combinations you could do. There's also more that you could do with timing or keys. There's just an entire realm of possibilities to explore. I really feel like I've created something genuinely original and new, and it's super satisfying, and I'm super happy with how it went. If you've made it all the way to this point in the video, leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts on ambifusion. With that, I will leave you with another 15 seconds of the newest genre of 2024 to close out the video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Not feeling it, dog. Not feeling it. I like the idea here, but I see what you're saying. I see what he's saying when he says, like, you know, it's a mix of chaos and something that's like order, you know, like music realistically, I really like a good healthy mix of both. That's why, you know, if it's leaning more one way than the other, preferably I'd like it to be more chaotic. Some people prefer it to be more orderly. But definitely it being like, you know, here, let's go all out about this conversation. We're going to start a track here. So something that took me a while to like get into was just your standard four to the floor, which is four to the floor is every kick being on a quarter note or a half note. I can't remember exactly, but you've heard it a million times in a million different songs. Like it's basically the heart and soul of house music is four to the floor. Yeah, it's got to be doubled up. So this is four to the floor, right? This is like every house song right here. This is what bugs me about house music sometimes is some artists don't mess with anything about the song, about the percussion, and that's what took me so long to get into house specifically. Like I just can't stand that. I love this though. This is what got me into house. This beat. Because you can then go you know? And it's like a mix of like adding some spontaneity to um, to structure, if that makes sense. And then you can go further and even add some offbeat hats. Now it sounds like and you can get real wild. You see what I'm saying? Just adding so much to the order, being spontaneous with the next section, and that's really what got me into house. Like now I make a lot of house. Like a lot of my music, I'll just make spontaneously is house, or with at least like the four to the floor beat ultimately. But it took a really long time for me to even like want to listen to it. But yeah, also you can. This is like something I talked a lot about in my last stream. You can add humanization, which a lot of artists say like don't do that for house. But I think it is definitely a personal thing. Like it's like it could go one way or the other with a person. They could really, really like it being more chaotic, or they could really, really like it being more structured. I personally like more chaos. I like more spontaneity in music. So, like to me, this sounds a lot better than just your standard four to the floor like this. This just sounds so plain to me. Like if that's just your drums, then you gotta have something really crazy to throw in here to like make that sound good. Uh, to me at least. Some people like that though, so I'm not gonna say that it's wrong to do. But anyway, but yeah, so that mixture of the two is what is like kind of the foundation of like all music realistically. Music genres. But yeah, like it's also kind of hard to say that you're just mixing, you know, like it sounded like that song was just mixing um like two synths, one panned over to the right that's like slower, one panned over to the left that's like faster. Um and I see what the idea there is. I see where he's going with that. But yeah, I mean it'd be difficult to listen to without percussion and other elements for me. Some people might like it, but that's kind of where I stand on that. I'm trying to think. I have a ton of funk samples now and, kits and whatnot. Oh, Homeboy, did Homeboy just join?
Yo, hey, what's up?
Yo, 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 yo.
What we working on?
Here, test the mic.
Working on a mic.
No, test the mic.
Okay, test.
Let me get you back up a little bit more. All right, very cool.
Yo.
What do you want to introduce yourself for the viewers?
What's up? This is Dallas D-Town. What's up, babies? What's up, ladies and gentlemen, or whatever you are?
Yeah. This is my homie I make music with occasionally, or we've made a lot of music together actually. But yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, Dallas, do you want to I'm trying to think, like there's a couple things that I had in mind for having you on here. First thing like that comes to mind is like if you want to like talk a little bit, which we can save it for later and work on something if you want, but if you wanted to talk a little bit about, kind of like your experience with music, what got you into it, and like kind of where you're at with music, that might be actually give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna grab a water before we start. But think over what you want to say. I'll be right back.
Delay. Holy shit.
All right, I'm back with you.
I'm back with you. Back with it.
So what got you into music, man?
Man, what got me into it? Shoot. I guess it was just different from what like. I don't know. My family's not really musically inclined and stuff, and I really didn't want to. I don't know. It's kind of like rebelling against what was normal for everybody, where I was like brought up and coming from, because it was a really small town and like nobody had good taste in music and shit. Everybody listened to like just country or like, I don't know, Christian music. And a lot of people, like when I got into like bigger cities and stuff, it was just like rap and stuff, and that's what my brothers were into. So I was like, fuck all this. I wanted something that like is more like expressionism, you know what I mean? Like something I can express myself with. So I got a lot more like alternative friends kind of and stuff. A lot of people that were like into punk rock or like metalcore or stuff like that. I don't know. I just didn't want to be like everybody else that I was raised around. I wanted to be my own person, and I could express it through music. So I started singing when I was like 16, 17. Whenever my buddy Jordan actually like let me try out for their band. I mean, we totally fucking didn't really even make it anywhere with it, but I mean, that's what I wanted to do, was be a singer. So like 16, 17, I was like, man, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna start. I'm gonna join this metal band and whatever. Eventually turns into a punk band, and then turns to a hardcore. Turns into not going anywhere. So I do my solo stuff, but I don't know, like hearing good music from just friends at a really young age, you know, that were just not really popular or anything like that. Like we were just social outcasts, you know. You know where I'm from. Like I
Yeah.
grew up with you, kind of, pretty much.
No, yeah, it's a part, like part of this is going to be that I want to be able to share with people other musicians' backgrounds or people that are passionate about music. I want everyone to be able to like get an idea that um, you know, like kind of get an idea of what everyone's background is and why they got passionate about music, what makes them passionate about music. I know, I mean, yeah. So for the viewers, you know, I've known Dallas for several years, since freshman year of high school, and so we've been making music and like hanging out since for a very long time. We graduated and he graduated in 2013, right?
Oh yeah, I'm 13. Man, like you were there for like what? When I first started playing guitar, like I really those first couple bands I was in that didn't go anywhere. I mean, I have issues with my own problems or whatever, but that reasons why I can't just couldn't keep it together. And I started playing. Josh taught me how to play guitar. Shit, we're playing in parking lots and like a at Guitar Center, like Brahms, and people come up with like their phones and stuff, and put it on Twitter, put it on their Tumblr, wherever the hell they put it at, Instagram.
Yeah, man. And
It's fun.
yeah, it's like here, give me a sec. Actually, I gotta mute myself. All right, back to it. No, that's cool though, man. Like, I'm trying to think, like, what, like, no judgment. If you don't wanna answer this, actually, you don't have to. But what was the first time you felt like you lost yourself in music? That's what I want to know, actually.
Ooh,
You
oh
know what I'm
man.
saying?
We started playing parties, kind of. Well, like at least with our like friend group, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Like we'd have like just everybody come to the house and beer bash and like just smoke grass or whatever the fuck you get your hands on. Just have a little party and shit, and then pull out that guitar and started playing like our favorite songs and crap. And then I remember there was that one point when I just asked somebody like, just give me something, because we were just like, I was just so into it. I was like, just give me something, I'll play like 3 chords, I'll make it a fucking song. Like it doesn't matter. Like that was when I really got lost with it. Like just I was, uh,
Just
man, it just brought me
engulfed.
back.
Yeah.
Just engulfed with it because it was every day, like hours and hours, just like singing and playing and stuff. And then uh, when I finally had like a couple amps or whatever, and we could actually start like jamming out through like the garage, somebody like donated me a drum set and a bass guitar, and I had some
Yeah,
other
that
stuff
was
and some
cool.
mics.
I remember that. That
Uh,
was sweet.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that was a nice drum set. I can't believe we took it back, dude. My first bass guitar, that Fender Jazz. This is a 1980 Fender Jazz bass.
Damn.
Fucking nice, loved it.
No, dude, that's a really good answer. I probably definitely around that time was whenever I was like, okay, I can literally lose myself to music consistently, like every single day if I want to. And it was kind of a mix of like, that's whenever I was like, man, performing is just like the next thing to fucking heroin or something. It's just so good, you know, like anytime I've ever just like lost myself to music in front of people, it's just been like an insane experience. Like you know,
Oh
so
yeah.
that's definitely like probably one of my same answers would be like that's right around the first time I did for the first time, and I probably told you the story, but like whenever I went to, I think it was like Iowa with this dude who was supposed to be like mentoring me because I was like, you know, I was stepping out of line with my parents, and we went to this guy's house, and there was like a circle of people playing the blues on guitar, and they had like tons of guitars. Like somebody was like, "Here, man, you know how to play?" And I was like, "I haven't since I was like 13." At the time, I was like 17, so it had been 4 years since I played the guitar, even like probably. And then I, you know, picked it up, looked at the dude's fingers, followed along, and then before I knew it, I was like, man, the blues is like one of the was the first genre that made me like lose myself to music while I was playing music. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, no, yeah, so much like I don't know. Like there's so much exactly what you're saying.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it's just
It's
all
just so
passion. It's the
soulful.
blues getting all that soul out, man. It's like so much passion in it. That's like
Yeah,
the first thing like we started, or that you had taught me and stuff, even playing guitar, like first starting out. Like
yeah.
even if I really wasn't any good at it, I mean, I was trying to do like a pentatonic scale, and we were playing with Johnny Cash and shit, man.
It's those moments that I feel like, you know, whenever I talk to people sometimes about music and like, you know, I feel like they can hear that I've touched that, you know, that there's a side of music that I've seen that not everyone has seen. I don't think every single person has lost themselves to music in that way. Uh, Actually, it might even be kind of rare for them to like be playing a song and like not feel like anything else exists, that type of thing. Like I feel like that's kind of a rare occurrence in people's lives that like but everybody I wish everybody could have that option. That's kind of why I want to do something like this where you know people have an opportunity to explore themselves in music and express themselves in music. And I also think, you know, everyone is very capable of doing so, you know. I feel like everybody can be musical or whatever, or express themselves in an art form of some sense, you know. I feel like that's always possible. But yeah, man. And then I think what do you remember what like the first time you were like listening to music? I don't know if this happens to everyone. Like this definitely has happened to me a ton of times, but have you ever been like, man, like you're listening to music and it's really, really good, and you're like, how do they make this? Like, how did they come up with this? Like, do you remember any artist where you can think of that you thought of that, if that makes sense? That you were like, how did they even like accomplish making this song? This is like a magical thing. Like, how did they do this? I'm just curious if you've ever thought about that.
Maybe in a transcendental state where I'm just was pretty out there anyway. But like a lot of like it came with learning like EDM and stuff. Like my freshman year, my best friend, we had like 6 or 7 classes to like just pretty much was with this dude all day long. And you know him. But like listening to like German like house like music, like just techno bands from Europe and shit. I was like, how the fuck do they do that? And like he was because I was just like really breaking out into punk and stuff. Because like all I did before that trying to be original was like, man, I'm really like my inspirations were like Lane Staley and Kurt Cobain. I was like, man, yeah, because I mean, I looked like him, I sounded like him. Everyone's like, oh, dude, you look just like him and stuff. I'm like, dude, thank you. I mean, I'm not on heroin yet, but like, got all the way.
You said that to somebody word for word. You're like, no, I haven't done heroin yet, dude.
No, yeah, that's literally it. I'm like, dude, God, no, I haven't done heroin. Yeah, I mean, I drink, but like, I'm not that bad. Like, I was like really like sus, or it was just kind of funny to say it to like somebody like this dude's like 25 and I'm like 15. You know? I'm like, oh,
That's like 5 years down the road, man. Like, you gotta meet me up then or something. Like,
yeah, dude,
you know the
catch
future
me up in
somehow.
5 years. It'll be like twins. Like you pull up a picture and stuff. Man, I had a guy actually do that to me in a bar. I had my hair slicked back, sitting by myself. I just did an open mic. And think I closed out with Nutshell, and it was just one of those like only songs that I could really do by myself because it was one of their only real like acoustic sets. And guy just comes and he's like, man, you look just this is like literally like he was right in the room with us. And I was like, holy shit.
Dude, nice. Dude, I love
It's like,
those kinds of compliments where it's like, dude,
yeah, until it started
you
getting
cut.
weird, that guy started stroking my head and stuff. And I was like, what the hell?
Oh,
Okay, you're just trying to hit on me.
oh God, okay.
That's okay.
Maybe I
I
don't
mean, I
love those kinds
wasn't.
of compliments.
I still liked it though. I mean, free petting is free. Like $20 is $20, right?
Dude, okay, so you said German, what was it? German techno?
Oh, dude, yeah, we listened to like DJ Furox and stuff. Like it was great. I can't
How do you
remember all
spell
the
that?
stuff we really listened to.
Ferox.
Furax. I can't. I'd have to.
Is it Ferxxo? Or no,
No, it's Furox, like Furax.
okay.
He had this or I think it was Halloween. He did one on like the Michael Myers or the theme song for Halloween. It was, oh my gosh, we used to just get blitzed and like listen to like techno all the time, and that's really what got me. Like, I was like, how do they do this? You just hear those like synths and stuff. I don't know anything about computers and stuff. Like, you put a hammer in my hands, I'm like, yeah, I can hit that. But like a computer, I'm like, I mean, you're talking like weird science to me.
Okay, Halloween,
Oh
DJ
yeah, dude.
Ferox.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's when like we were trying to like, well, do
Dude,
ecstasy and fucking do jump style.
I'm
Or like,
curious.
well, jump step or something. I can't remember. I think I've shown it to you, but I mean, he got me into all the EDM music and stuff, like just anything techno, dubstep. Like, we were doing some dubstep and stuff, of course, like other things, but like it was that was when I really got into that kind of stuff, and it kind of brought me into rap and stuff because he also showed me like stuff like Bloodhound Gang and other crap where you could just be like silly, ridiculous, and like you didn't have to be serious with anything. So I was like, dude, I'm like a white rapper from Oklahoma. Is that not going to be like the funniest thing if I just say like the most ridiculous? I'm trying to be like Eminem. We're just trying to have fun. Like, didn't really care what anybody thought. Wasn't even about being an image or anything. It was just a character. It was really just to
Yeah.
make my friend laugh.
Yeah, what might be cool, dude, because if because I've never even thought about making something that's like similar to German um like dance music or electronic music. Uh
Oh man, if we had some stuff that we worked on. I couldn't remember how he did it, but like and this was like before I'd ever picked up a guitar. Like, I'd always had like singers always like you always get shit because like you always scat to your guitarist or like you scat to somebody. Oh, I hear this like
yeah.
like. You're like, oh yeah, I have no idea what any of the thing is. Like, yeah, do that sound thingy more. Like, yeah, like throw like a toilet flush in there and like some gunshots. Like,
Might be cool to make something like that. Like,
dude, definitely.
I don't know about right now because we're still chatting it up, but I'll put it on the list of
Put it on the
things.
back burner.
Yeah, I'll put it on the list of things we can probably I could probably go into because I've been like looking for genres to just like try making. Try
Oh, yeah.
to.
What is it like? Is it jump style or no? What the fuck is it called? God, it's been
Electronic.
so long.
It's like dance
Well, I mean,
electronic.
like the
Oh,
dance
hard
you would like
style?
be doing too. You know, like you have like shuffles, like two or what,
Yeah,
shuffle and stuff, and
I think they did
just step
like
music. I can't remember what
shuffling
the fuck
to hard style.
it was really called.
I think you're right. I think it's like called shuffling. Let me Google it actually. What?
But you'd see like videos of like what people doing jump style to it, and it was just really funny. We used to try to do that crap in the hallways and stuff. We'd like throw like mini raves, listen to German techno in the hallways, and teachers would be like, get their class. You don't feel the music. You're the man.
Oh, maybe it's I don't know, man.
Try to keep me down.
I didn't usually like dance to techno except for like I kind of, you know, I I don't even know. I tried learning how to like spin poi and stuff like a while ago, like whenever I was like in freshman year of high school, but didn't know how to do
What?
it very well. Yeah. Uh, this was a super long time ago. And I'm not
Wait,
good.
what is spinning boy? Because all I knew was like tying glow sticks together on like shoestrings and like just acting like an idiot in the middle
That's
of them.
basically it. Yeah. That's a really good description. That's basically what I did. But yeah, man, that's cool.
Oh yeah, I spun boy too.
No, yeah, I
Yeah.
tried doing it. It was just not right. It just wasn't right, and I'm sure I looked dumb doing it.
Oh man, I remember that. Like what was it? Like a blacklight dance or something? Oh my, they used to do those little blacklight dances.
Yeah,
Let me try that. That was funny.
it was the
Uh,
high school rave scene,
yeah.
dude. So underground. It was like basically run by the teachers and the principal. I'm so surprised that they even attempted something like that because it like how did they even like think that would be something that would be like super dope? I mean, it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool, but
Well, I'd seen it
just
like with like some other people like online or whatever.
it.
I'd seen other videos. Like, could you believe like the music we used to listen to? And some dude would like, remember we were like in 7th grade and shit, and people were playing like at the school dance pop lock and drop it like
Yeah,
what, like Akon and shit. Like we're all just like doing grind trains and shit. Like first lap dances and crap. I was probably like in 7th grade. And it's a circle of just people, and then this one chick just on me. I'm sitting in a chair getting grinded on by like 3 chicks. I'm like, what the hell? Like it looking like in the moment, it was like really great, but like, man, it was like this is like chaperoned by like 6 of our parents and principals here.
yeah,
Like Me Too,
exactly.
like the Me Too movement, and we didn't even like catch that shit. Like,
Yeah, and then it's like I'm trying to think. So yeah, dude, where the like let's talk about like actual artists because I'm actually curious. Like, what are some artists that you feel like you like that first come to mind that you feel like you just want to talk about? I'm just curious, like, what comes to
oh
mind?
man, Keith Morris starting Black Flag, and well, I don't know. You really want to get into like punk and stuff, but that was one of the guys that just really got me into just. Uh, he started like Black Flag, Agent Orange, Circle Jerks, and that was that West Coast hardcore. That's that gave me a lot of like the like help me with like direct my aggression with like lyrics and stuff, and just not give a fuck attitude, dude. Like, and like actually had like I don't know, actually talked about something. You know what I mean? Just wasn't just like wussy fucking I don't know if I should even say that kind of stuff, but like pop punk and crap. I was like, man, I just can't deal with that kind of stuff. I don't want to be sad right now. I just want to be in your face. And my earlier inspirations from that was like Cobain and and Staley. Were like just like the three biggest inspirations for me with music.
Who else?
Lane Staley and Kurt Cobain. I mean, that was like early for me, just like kind of like shelling out, but then like
From Alice in
from like
Chains.
absolutely not doing anything, you know.
Lane Staley from Alice in Chains.
Oh yeah.
Do you okay? So you're kind of into grunge. Do you like Failure? Have you ever listened to Failure?
I probably have. I just don't remember. I mean, I hadn't really like sat into grunge in a minute, but I'm sure I've heard something from it.
They make a song called "The Nurse Who Loved Me" that I like grew up with, that I didn't find until like very, very recently. And it's like every single time that happens to me where it's like it's been decades since I've heard a song, it brings me right back to the moment I was like listening to it whenever I was like a kid in the car or whatever. And one time that happened to me, and it was like I listened to that song for like weeks straight, and every single time I'd eventually start like I'd play it on like a loop, and eventually I'd start crying just because I'm like, man, dude, I remember like being so innocent and like not knowing anything, nothing was like going on, and it brought me back to like my purest moments in life, and it was like very, very emotional. Do you have any songs like that, like where you're like, man, I used to listen to this as like a literal infant, and I have such an emotional attachment to the song or whatever. Do you have songs like that, I'm assuming?
Oh, man, I guess it California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas, dude. Or
Ooh,
like
good one.
that song followed me since I was like probably I can remember it from like 3 years, if I can even remember 3 years old and stuff. That song was always hitting me somewhere, and I could like remember like a lot of the lower times in my life. That song just kept coming back. Like it would play in like a movie, or it'd be like on the radio, or like it's going over the speakers in this mall that I'm walking through, or it's playing in somebody's car. I'm like, why does this song just follow me around all the time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, and I actually, so
But,
I'm in
what else?
California now, and like on
Shoot, off
my
the
way
top, I can't
here,
really
this like
think of any like
mm, mm, mm,
from like early childhood. I can't remember a lot of it. Maybe like Main Street by Bob Seger.
Bob
That was another
Seger.
one. Uh, what else? And music just has like such an attachment to like. There's really nothing that I have like unless you're just showing me something completely new that I haven't heard of. There's really no songs that I listen to now like that don't always play in my head where it's not like associated with somebody, a time, a place, or something. It like always bookmarks like a part of my life. I was like, man, I remember when I first heard that song. And
Yeah.
then I remember when I heard that song again when my girl broke up with me, and I got a first arrest and stuff like that. And like ironically and stuff like being like put into like cop cars and stuff. It's like, you listen to these guys? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, what the like, I don't even want to like you right now. It's like I don't even know if I like this band anymore.
Yeah,
It's
man,
a
it's like,
terrible situation.
and what was I gonna say? That's a really good way to put it, where it's like kind of a bookmark. I've definitely had times in my life where I'll listen to a song at like a very low point, very high point, whatever, and I'm able to just like zoom back to that point, and I feel like that's like kind of universal. A lot of people, that's how that goes for them and stuff. But yeah, man, that's cool. I'll check out the. I haven't really given Alice in Chain a proper chance. I do like grunge a lot though. I think grunge is
I
a
used to not either. Like those are literally like I talked so much shit on Kurt Cobain before. Like I had a girlfriend who was like, "Oh no, he's really it's literally cool. Like listen to this song and like listen to this," and stuff. I was like, "Oh." these guys, like, that's actually pretty good and the shit. And then like they got me like I didn't have an open mind to any of it. It was more like, oh, I listen to hard like punk rock and stuff. If it's not punk, I don't want to listen to it and shit. Oh, get that shit out of here. And then like someone's like opening me up to it. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'm just being a fucking dick.
Yeah, man. I mean, man, I feel like I've given Nirvana a very, very solid chance. I've kind of listened to them my whole life. I'm personally, this is probably the wrong thing to say, actually, but I'm not a Nirvana fan. I I really, really like their songs. I really like their like songs themselves as a whole. I just don't like listening to them playing it, if that makes sense. Like I know that's such a messed up thing to say, but they were really, really good songwriters. So anytime I hear a cover of a Nirvana song, I really, really appreciate it because I feel like, that the songs they made were like not meant for them to play themselves. I know that's kind of a messed up situation, and that's a very controversial thing to say in some states. I feel like that's even like not legal to say. So, but yeah, man, I just have never gotten into them. But I'll give Alice in Chains a chance because I do like grunge, and I know they were super, super influential. Like, um, man, the grunge era, they were unstoppable forces. Realistically, they were just crazy. And I've given a couple of their songs a chance, and I don't think they're bad. I definitely don't think they're bad, but yeah, man, I'll check them out. I've also never given Black Flag a chance.
Oh, dude, love it.
I'll check them out
I
though.
liked early Black Flag, like when they first like the Nervous Breakdown EP, like or is it LP, oh, whatever it's called, but like that first thing that came out, where it's just Black Flag. Like Keith Morris was my favorite out of all of them, and like Henry Rollins did a great job and stuff. I really didn't like it like growing up. Everyone was like, "Oh no, yeah, I love Henry." Like you talk about Black Flag, they're like, "I love Henry Rollins stuff," like "My War," "Black Coffee," like great fucking songs. Like it did most of the work after Keith after that, but like that first. I'll still play it on my. I did it today. Like, hey, I'll pick up my guitar and start playing "Nervous Breakdown" or was so wasted and stuff, or like something I can remember from like the Dead Kennedys and stuff. Like I like that era of like hardcore, like when it first like it's I don't know, to me it's the stamp of like when hardcore started, you know what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah. What do you think about the Pistols? The Sex Pistols? Hello? Did I lose you? Uh-oh. I think he dropped off. Man, that was getting good. Oh, there you are. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
What, did I go somewhere? Where did I go?
I don't know. Could you not hear anything I was just saying?
No, I didn't hear anything. I like said something about Black Flag and Keith Morris, and then like I just like phone silence was like,
You
oh,
said,
I guess
no,
we're
yeah,
done.
you said that last thing I heard was that Keith Morris like and Black Flag kind of started um hardcore and
Oh
got the
yeah.
ball rolling on that situation. And I was like curious because you know what do you think about the Pistols? What do you think about the Sex Pistols?
Okay, so before I had heard, uh, well, before I had really heard of Black Flag, it was Ramones and Sex Pistols, and I'd always heard the Sex Pistols growing up, but I'd never really like considered it like because I wasn't raised in that place where like everybody knew a lot about music. It was rock music. It was dad's music. You know what I mean? Well, like not
Yeah.
my dad's, but it's somebody's dad's. And like that was like just like listening to like Pink Floyd or something, like anything that was like from Europe. And I kind of like threw it in that with the Clash and the Beatles, and I love the Sex Pistols. I mean, I wasn't just like one of those fools who was like, oh yeah, anarchy in the UK, like try to do a like pump up on some British accents or something. Well, listen to my twang, baby. Like,
Yeah, man, and like I was just wondering because the way you're talking about these people, it reminds me of like, sometimes occasionally I'll get into just looking up like the lead singer of so and so band, and they're just characters, man. Some of them are really really like forces of nature. They're type people. They're just like not even human seeming, like they're just like on a different level. And so that's what, like, the lead singer of the Sex Pistols, if you haven't like looked into him at all, or like watched any
oh no,
interviews or
yeah,
anything, he's just an interesting ass guy. I like, I don't know, man. He's like very very like aggressive almost, to interviewers and stuff, and very like, but also very smart, and
oh yeah,
everything he
calling
said
Johnny
made
Rotten well
sense.
read.
Everything he says makes sense, but also not at the same time. Like
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
like, man, like especially for someone back then to have that kind of attitude was like very It's just interesting to me because it's like, how did he get that way? Like
I mean,
he
could
was
you
on another
imagine doing
level,
an
man.
interview with Sid Vicious? Like, holy hell! Like,
I could not. I could not. That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, they didn't start. I don't think they started punk. I think they were like the first to get big in the punk scene, but they were like
they
just
definitely
so,
launched it in England.
yeah,
Well, at
they
least I don't know
definitely.
if you can go
I
off
don't
of
know
like
if
what we know.
I don't know if the Ramones did or who the hell did, but somebody
That was
did,
like
and
that big thing. It's like, who started punk rock? Was it the Sex Pistols in the UK subs, or was it the Ramones in
the
Washington?
two
Or
faces are all that really matters. That it was like one of
and
them,
then
and they were both like the faces of punk at the time or whatever. And
I still like, in my opinion, and I think it's well deserved, Iggy Pop being the godfather of punk.
okay, yeah, yeah,
Like,
I could
wanna
see
be
that.
your dog and stuff. Like, oh my god! And I mean, he was playing there with the Ramones and stuff. I mean, that was just that scene.
Yeah, exactly, man. I think it's really crazy the people that were in that time. Just like if we went back then and were able to just like be around them, it'd be just such a spectacle to even just be near them and like see them do what they're doing as like kids basically, and not knowing that they're forever changing music by like everything they're doing right at that moment is just like, man, that's such an interesting thing to me. I
I
think that
liked
about
watching
that all the
those
time.
interviews like Joey Ramone did with Howard Stern and stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, do you guys ever think like you could get like really big?" He's like, "No, I just want to huff some glue." Like, and just like, who thought that you would get big off of just like songs singing? I just want to do this.
Yeah.
That's all they sung about. I want to, I want to be your boyfriend.
Yeah, man, it's like it's just like a really cool thing to think about, was like all the people that were changing music, didn't really know it at the time, that it was like they were changing everything, and um a lot of them were just like messed up kids that,
I go away again.
huh? Can you hear me?
Did I go
Dude,
away again, or what did I do?
can you hear me? Hello? Here, I don't know what to do here. Um,
What?
can you hear me?
Oh, now I can. Yeah.
What the hell? Maybe it's me. It
Well,
could be me. It could be me. It could be me. I don't know what's
no,
happening.
I could just be getting kicked out of like he's cursing too much.
No, 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 no. No, we're in Discord talking, so I should be able to hear you even if like my stream drops or whatever. I don't know what's happening, but something weird's going on. Anyway, I was just saying it's just it'd be such an interesting thing to see in person, like, you know, and it's still currently happening. There's still people changing music all the time, don't know it, and they're just like regular ass people like us, you know. I just think that's super cool. But yeah, man, if you ever get a like get some spare time or whatever, just look up some videos of the Sex Pistols lead singer, and he's just like an
Oh yeah.
interesting ass guy, man.
I,
I
uh,
had a good time watching him.
well, he has some books I even read when I was trying to get sober, like last year and stuff. He had a book on sobriety. Pretty well. I don't know if he's sober now, but or what? I don't really know too much about Johnny Rotten. But he's supposed to actually, I think, come to Tower Theaters in Oklahoma City or something. It's like a night with Johnny Rotten. So
That's interesting.
it'd be cool to go see Johnny.
Yeah,
But
man. That would be really cool. That dude's like, yeah, like I'm saying, even if he definitely didn't create punk, but definitely was the face of it when it started getting relevant. And you know, punk just has influenced so much. You know, it's influenced so much good music genres, and you know, so and like just people. I feel like punk has had such an influence on people in general and how they act and stuff. I just think that's so crazy that music and stuff like that can influence people's like personalities sometimes or whatever, you know. I just think that's hella interesting. But yeah, man, I'm trying to think like a couple other things that I think we could get into. Yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay. And I should be able to stay hearing you when I swap pages. I can't
oh
play
man,
I can't play like I can't play like copyrighted songs, but I can play like people's videos that are originally YouTube and stuff. Um let me think here. Okay, you know what? Let's find out a little bit about Keith Morris because I'm actually curious.
oh my gosh, yeah. If you think Johnny
Stupidity.
Rotten's a well-read person, like, and just listen to Keith, man, that dude is classic. I love that guy.
Let's check it out.
This is the Blaring Out with Eric Blair show, and today I'm pleased to have lead vocalist of Black Flag, the Circle Jerks, and now the band off, Keith Morris.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you
Fucking
doing,
dreads.
Eric?
Good. How was the ride on the 55 or the 101
Oh,
or the?
it's the 32 to the 98 to the Zero Freeway, and then you look at Disneyland, and then try to race past all of the people getting on the freeway. But I planned it out because I hate driving on the freeway when it's bumper to bumper.
Oh, before I forget, have you seen what's his name? Hold on, I gotta Google this on the side. Have you seen interviews with the guy that like influenced Heath Ledger's Joker? You know what I'm talking about already when I say
Oh,
that?
Tom Waits.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude,
Tom
I love
Waits.
Tom Waits.
Dude,
Christmas
okay.
Card to a Hooker. That's my favorite song played at Christmas time.
I was literally just curious because I was like, man, like what other
Yeah.
interviews have I seen that's like in this setting where the guy's just like super interesting to
Just like
watch.
everybody else,
Oh
road
man, yeah,
rage,
he's
wanting to
great.
kill people, blow things up. So
He was in that
I
Outsiders movie
I
too.
plan my
Tom Waits. Oh yeah. He was, wasn't he?
Plays Buck. I
Who
think I
he
can't
was in
remember
a
who he
couple
plays.
of he had a couple of cameos, I think. Tom Waits cameos.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of different cameos now I'm thinking about it. He was in The
Oh my God.
Outsiders, Coffee and Cigarettes,
Yeah.
The Ballad of Buster.
Buster
I've never
Scruggs.
seen any of these except for The Outsiders, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I mean, he also plays Captain Hook in Shrek 2.
Yeah. It's just like the most outlandish thing. Like, I've seen him here.
It's so funny because he's like technically, is he mainly an actor? Or is he mainly an artist?
He was a musician before, but I think he's in a part of that occult thing, you know?
Okay. He's in the Illuminati.
Like, yeah. Well, no, probably the Illuminati is looking for him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. I could see that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in Bram Stoker's Dracula
Mm-hmm.
as well. That's another notable movie. Oh, and The Simpsons. He's in the Simpsons movie. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
He
did that song.
So
I don't know if he wrote it or not.
Right. It was
But Jersey Girl, with that Kevin Smith movie.
I don't know. I don't know if I've heard that or not. Jersey Girl, Kevin Smith movie.
Well, that's the movie, but I mean, I don't know if they did Bruce Springsteen or if they did Tom Waits was doing Tom Watts was doing the song at the end of it. I can't remember. I haven't seen it in forever.
Huh.
I thought he wrote that song, Jersey Girl.
I don't know. I've heard a handful of his songs and have been like, okay, this is very experimental and I really, really like experimental music, but it's not something I could listen to on a daily, so I didn't add it to my playlist. But yeah, it was one of those situations where I was like, man, I'm intrigued by how experimental this is. I just don't know if I could always handle this. But That's how some music is for me, man. I'm just like, I don't know if I could always be able to handle this. But here, hold up. Extend this. Here we go.
quite pleasant.
Cool.
I didn't have to pull over to take a whiz, listen to some loud music on the way down. It was good.
Cool. What is your mode of transportation right now?
Had Black Flag play, and much to his dismay, and when I say his, that would be the guy in charge of the Manhattan Beach Parks and Recreation. He couldn't believe what he had gotten himself into, because we launched into our set, and all of the picnicking families started.
Run for your life.
Well, they weren't running. They were throwing things. They were chucking things. It was like watermelon rinds, cantaloupe rinds, half-eaten pieces of Kentucky Fried Chicken, cans and bottles, and it was raining food. Chuck Dukowski, our bass player, Chuck the Duke, actually at one point stopped and picked up a sandwich that was wrapped in like one of those fold-over. There were no Ziplocs at the time, so it was one of those fold-over baggy sandwich bags that you'd give to your kids for school for lunchtime. Yeah, and so he picked up a couple of those. So he had sandwiches for later on in the after we got through playing. But it was raining food.
Is there a specific interview you can think of with Keith Morris that kind of talks about his experiences and stuff like that a little bit more?
Oh my gosh. Thinking of one. I'd like to say the interview he did with Nardwuar was like that he did at that record store, but
I love Nardwuar, bro.
Oh yeah, dude, he did a good one with Nardwuar. I liked it.
Wait, is he an off?
Nardwuar! Nardwuar! Nardwuar!
We get it.
Purchase a record with him playing bass on it. How many records of theirs did you play on?
I think about 6.
That's 6 more than I knew about. Now the guy standing next to Autry who is part of our new rhythm section. That's Mr. Justin Brown. Mr. Justin Brown played with Herbie Hancock, and you just don't get to play with Herbie Hancock. That's just something way beyond. That's kind of like free LSD. It's like way out there.
It's like being the manager of Thundercat.
Management team, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how that all coincides each other, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's Dimitri on the end. You know Dimitri. You've talked with Dimitri before.
From Burning,
Brides.
here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, with
I love when he does that.
Off
at Neptune Records.
Nardwar. He was very skeptical about doing this. And
Oh man,
we
they
had
a good one
to
with Bad Brains,
hold
too.
him
I
down
liked
on the
it.
ground.
Huh?
With what Nardwar doing Bad Brains.
He did Bad Brains?
Yeah. Well, he interviews the guys from Bad Brains. I like
I
all
always
of that stuff.
misspell his name. Where is it? Okay, here it might be on Twitter. I can't find it. Oh man. Okay. Anyway.
Around with both of his arms behind his back and a gun to his head and said, "You are going to do this with us." No, I'm just kidding. We wouldn't do that.
I don't know why he reminds me of like somebody I've met in like a Home Depot who's like very vetted to music somehow and like is like a really big name that like not a lot of people know about, if that makes sense at all. I don't know why that this guy is literally the personification of an interaction like that, if that makes sense.
Why is the record called?
What other people would be like you would describe him as like, oh yeah, like people are pretending to be like him. Like he just found something just like spewing off some random shit. Oh, there with them. Back
He's
then I was a
literally like the
groupie for
final
Danzig.
boss of that. He's literally the
Because they
final boss
toured
of
with
that.
like the Misfits and like all those bands, and like he was so big, like I don't know, such a big impact on punk music and
He
stuff.
doesn't come off like he's changed music forever, but yeah, I mean Black Flag, it changed music, you know, like he's over here talking to Nardwar, so he's definitely like important, and a lot of people I know like really like that band, and yeah, man, I mean
there wouldn't be like Black Flag wouldn't be a thing.
yeah, exactly, yeah, you know, so it's like
all those great shows and stuff they were with the Dead Kennedys and everybody, man.
He doesn't come off like he like rules the world. Like that's one of the things that was like interesting about
I think he's a purist. Like he's not really in a lot of but he really stuck with just being a punk in a punk band, you know what I mean? Like if you really like get into him at all, like he's I don't know. He wasn't really about the money or anything. It was about really carving like those highways and stuff for all these bands now to like tour through.
Like the difference here is insane.
Why do you dislike rock and roll so
It's
much?
dead, it's a disease, it's a plague, it's been going on for too long, it's history,
Oh, yeah.
it's vile,
It's not achieving anything, it's just digression. They play rock and roll at airports. That's about as like...
Dude, that is such, like, can you even imagine that being, like, a thing you even notice? Where you're like at an airport and you're like, they're playing rock right now. Like, I think about that whenever I hear, like, oh man, like whenever I first heard like a song with like with like harsh vocals in it on the radio, I was like, man, they're putting this stuff on the radio now? Like, this is turning so mainstream. I remember it kind of being a bummer. So, but this dude's like talking about that exact same thing, but with like rock music in general. That's just so crazy because it really shows how long ago that would have been. And man,
yeah, now you say it now. Like,
that would have been so depressing for that to be realizing, oh man, rock is going like full mainstream and punk is becoming mainstream and like every underground genre is becoming mainstream, and man, that would be really depressing. I will say he definitely pushed that along though. So
dude, yeah, he's literally the payment facial of punk rock. Like, if anybody got a facial on it, it was definitely the Sex Pistols.
Yeah, he definitely like helped.
I don't want to say that I like created punk rock music, but I definitely took the payment on the face.
Advanced as it can possibly get.
But there was
too limited.
But there was a time when you didn't feel that way.
It is too much like a structure, a church.
Yeah, but there was
a
religion.
Did turn me off on him and
a
stuff
time
was
when
like
you did not
blaming
feel that
himself
way.
for Sid's death and stuff. He was like, if I didn't introduce Nancy to him, Sid would have never done heroin. And I'm like, what the fuck? He wasn't that kind of guy. And I'm like, I can see that perspective and stuff. I mean, I've turned people onto things that probably I shouldn't have. I think people find it no matter what, you know what I mean? That's always in them. But I was like, man, that kind of turned me off of Johnny Rotten for a minute. I was like, okay, now you're just kind of like begging, because that was when Sid and Nancy came out, the movie and stuff about his life and everything. He's like, I'm the fucking one that killed the bastard. I'm like, oh, are you serious? He's like, he was a friend of mine. He cried like through the interview. I was like, oh man. I mean, I could tell it was, some of it's probably heartfelt, but I was like, I don't know. If you're grabbing at money like that, that's really, kind of going out there.
It's really kind of a stretch when you're like, you know, all you did was introduce somebody to their significant other that like ended up ruining their lives. I guess that kind of makes sense, but it also is just like, man, don't beat yourself up about something like that. Like, you shouldn't take. Yeah, I mean, like you said, like people are gonna do what they're gonna do eventually, you know. Oh yeah, I can also do. Yeah, no, it's fine.
What made you change?
No, I've always felt this way.
Even when you were with the Sex Pistols?
I wondered when you'd get round to that one. Yes, even then. Because the Sex Pistols was going to be the absolute end of rock and roll, which I thought it was. Unfortunately, the majority of the public, being the senile animals that they are, got that wrong. Too bad. All they want is an image, something flash.
Are you honest? Yes, I am, very. I think you...
Like, he acts like... I don't know, just the way he acts versus the way this dude acts, you know?
Free LSD,
just so
because the music is the drug.
And
you are?
Like,
oh, my name's Keith.
Was like when it was really taking a turn, though, and it's not... It's not street... It's really when it turned into street punk and hardcore, you know what I mean? That was that turning point of that, like, getting into, like, the 70s and stuff, like... Because, like, now it's, like, it's just completely different. What hardcore is now compared to Black Flag is completely different.
What is it? It's like, John Mulaney's... I don't know if you've ever seen his stand-up, but...
Oh, yeah.
His thing he says about Mick Jagger... Here, hold on. Oh, it's Mick Jagger.
It's Sir Mick Jagger.
I'm trying to stay nice, though.
Because when I was a kid, I was raised. I'm trying to stay nice, though. Because when I was a kid, I was raised that you should be nice to everyone in every situation, because you never know their story.
Oh,
But now...
I just realized this is probably copywritten. It's probably hella copywritten. Anyway, he's like, you know, Mick Jagger is like absolutely insane, and like he doesn't say this, but he's like basically, how else would you be if you were at like he gives the example like Mick Jagger literally was able to snap his fingers and say Coke, and somebody would bring him a Coke, and like that would change pretty much anyone. And you know, so but the crazy thing is that what's his name, the lead singer of Black Flag, Keith Morrison.
Or it's Morris, my bad.
Keith Morris. Dude seems very just chill about the situation. I mean, he's clearly made his mark on the world and especially in music. And you know, so I love to see, you know, people who just seem very like down to earth, very chill, even though they've done some crazy stuff, even though they've had the ability to hire someone to just like when you snap their fingers, they like get brought a Coke or something like crazy like that, you know?
Yeah, like just big Super Bowl like arena like types and stuff. They like play like for hundreds of thousands of people and stuff.
Yeah.
Something like equivalent to Elvis and stuff. Where you could just run around and shoot TVs in your hotel room and everyone's like, no, we're not calling the cops. It's just him.
Yeah, that would change you, man. Like you would not be
Oh
the
yeah, like
same
Nikki
person.
Sixx and Motley Crue and stuff. Those guys like having just count like just endless money in anything that you ever wanted and stuff. They just give everything to these people, and they can just throw like that's when you're throwing TVs and shit through like your hotel room window. Like worlds just wasn't like that, but like you or me tried to do that kind of shit. They're like, dude, it's like you're going to prison, bro.
They become, you know, higher life forms almost in their brains, and like people see them as such sometimes, and it's like, you know, you would just be a different person, man. Like people would just change. Like power kind of corrupts in that scenario, but a lot of the time, not all the time. I feel like there's a lot of actors, musicians, whatever, people that are just celebrities in general who like have done a lot and accomplished a lot and could act like that but don't, and I think that's crazy to me whenever I don't see that happen. Especially dude, like
godly people.
There's some like people that try to act so hard in alternative music, like Danzig. That dude's like he got like beat up by a bouncer once for just like getting in his face and like trying him, and it's like, man, you don't usually you hire bouncers to be like, for one, they're big and bulky, and for two, they can like defend themselves if they need to or whatever. That dude tried to like fight a bouncer, like probably he hired.
Probably. He's like shooting steroids and doing coke and stuff. He's like, I'm gonna take on the bouncer. Like I hired Hell's Angels to do this. I'm gonna pick a fight. Like the baddest motherfucker. I hired the baddest motherfucker in here, and I'm gonna fight him.
Dude, to me that's just like, all right, man. Yeah, like that's getting to your head a little bit. Something got to your head a little bit to make you want to do that. Like,
oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. If you want to stay in the Discord and keep chatting with me, that's dope. I think what I'm gonna do is kind of move into the DAW, try to make some stuff. I don't want this to be like me watching YouTube videos the whole time.
No, let's make
we
some
can
music.
keep talking and stuff. Like that sounds cool. I just wanna kind of see about working on something. I feel like, especially because I've known you for so long, when you know, when I'm near your presence or whenever I'm like talking to you or whatever, it's like natural for me to go into a state of like inspiration sometimes or whatever. So
Oh my God! If I could say anything else, yeah, you're the person I call every time. I'm like, dude, I have an idea for this ridiculous song. Like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I
you
feel
gotta
like
hear
that's
this
kind of the
idea.
case. So I mean, you know, I don't expect to come out with anything crazy, but I kind of want to try making some tunes.
Definitely show me what you got.
So oh yeah, and I can kind of this might be a really good opportunity to kind of teach you a little bit about DAWs and how they work and all that.
Yeah,
I
because
know
I don't
you've
know any.
seen I know you've seen me do all this stuff, but I have never explained it to you or anything like that. But you know how this works, like the timeline itself. I just put tracks over here, put instruments, whatever, recordings go this way, and like the tracks themselves, which are just like the instruments themselves or the recordings, start over here and are over here, categorized over here. And you know, I set the tempo over here, metronome over here, all that stuff. Just if you have any questions of what I just did, uh, I've been trying to make a point to stop and explain stuff because it's like if I am able to explain stuff that's like useful, like even if it's something I've done 100 times and I feel like it's like easy, like everyone should know this, it's not, and I will never think that anyway because I feel like, you know, there's a large majority of the population that's never even seen this specific digital audio workstation, and they've never even tried like producing, so everything needs to be explained to someone. You know, someone needs to know about it. So even if it's something like simple like that, just stop me and be like, hey, what are you doing there, or you know, whatever. I'll try to just
Hey, man.
do that naturally. But yeah, man, this is the
Yeah, give me
browser.
the intimate details.
I'll give you the intimate details. This is the browser. This is where all the virtual instruments are, or they also call them VSTs. This is where they are.
Okay, VST. So what's VST mean?
Virtual Studio. Ooh, what does the T stand for? VST.
Transcendent.
Virtual Studio
Telephone.
Technology.
Holy hell.
Yeah. That's I had to wiki that because I didn't know what the T stood for. I knew what the other ones did, but yeah. So Virtual Studio Technology. So these are just emulators. So this is like an emulator for an emulator is like a computer version of something. This is just an emulation of a synthesizer. Like I just put it in here and now I got a synthesizer. You've seen that. I know you know about that, but yeah, man, like we'll just stick with this for now and I'll put like a drum instance on here. Just like drag and drop from the browser onto the timeline over here. And now I got just like a synth that I can make a bass out of. We'll just do something simple here.
Immediately that song hits me in the head. Walk right up in the room like fuck everybody but me. I don't know why. Probably because that's that note.
So basically I'm just drawing in the notes. I know you've seen this before, but yeah, and then I highlight and press D and it duplicates it. Now I've got a loop going. This blue bar up here means that it's gonna just play it over and over and over again.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
So I always wonder that you have to like highlight all that and then like duplicate it to bring it into that.
Yeah, like so let's start from scratch. So
Because
I
you're
have an
duplicating and
instance.
putting it into there.
Huh?
Because you're duplicating from the what is that? You said virtual whatever VST.
Yeah.
And then bring it into the track that you're actually playing.
Yep, exactly. And I'll like double click the timeline anywhere, and it makes this box. This box is technically it's not a pattern, but you put patterns into it. It's kind of difficult to explain. It's just a sequencer. A sequencer is just like where you put the notes effectively. So now I'm telling the drums what to play and when to play them. So over here I got a kick, I got a snare, all this stuff. So now I just double click to draw in the notes. I was just talking shit on 4 to the floor beats, but I think I'm gonna do one just for a demo.
Demonstration.
But yeah, oh, also, you know what 4 to the floor means?
I don't know. I'm not in a pickup truck right now.
So it's like 4 to the floor is where every quarter note, in this situation I think it's quarter notes, right? Hold on, let me double check my math here. Every half note should be every half note.
Okay, that kind of makes sense. I have some like background on that, but not a lot. Like I understand count and stuff, tempo and all that.
Yeah, so like I suck at like if it'd be easiest if I like brought this view up. Okay, so
yeah, 4/4.
This is a measure.
No, yeah.
So now I can draw in like, oh my god, I've never used.
You can draw in your scale and stuff. I used to do some of this. Like I learned, like funny is I learned it all back in like 6th grade. It was like music theory.
Man, this is gonna be interesting to learn. Actually, hold on.
That's actually how I learned how to write. While writing for like piano or like jazz or like trumpet and stuff like that. Like I really had started music back in middle school playing. Like I had my first guitar when I was like 11, and then I had a trumpet and stuff. I played like some Louis Armstrong and stuff like that. I had him teaching me all kinds of crazy stuff. Like your sharps, flats, your whatever you got going on there.
Yeah, like I've never ever used this view before. So this is gonna be, I'm trying it though, dude. I think this could work.
So wait, are you doing this on a, okay. I see what you got.
Okay, and then duplicate. Delete that. So now I got 4 to the floor, meaning like every
4/4
quarter note, or every quarter of a measure, there's a note on it. There's a kick specifically.
Yeah, I never heard 4 to the floor. I always just heard 4/4 timing.
Yeah, the signature I want to say is 4/4.
Yeah, time signature.
Yeah. And then we got, oh, I messed up there. No. See, this is what I'm saying, man. This is a weird view. Like, you've seen how I usually do this. Like, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Weird, man. Okay, I'm done with this. I'm not doing this.
What? You can go all over with that. That's like composing right there.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how to compose, bro. What do you think I am?
Like, he
No,
did
that's
right
actually.
now.
I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna learn how to do that view.
Oh, I'll definitely help you with that. I know how to do that. I actually had to write stuff like that in like what, probably like 7th, 8th grade. I was doing like sight reading competitions with the college kids, and then I had to do well, at like 7th grade, I'm like performing with college kids, and then doing stuff with like in the 8th grade with like professionals, like from the symphonies and stuff. We had to like actually write something to play. That was like some of like your music tests and stuff back then. Was like, can you write now? Because like you've been doing this for 3, 4 years.
That's interesting. What class was that?
That was band. That was my band
They
class in
they
like
made you
middle
write
school.
like sheet
There was
music.
like, yeah, but
That's
well, by that time we had gotten so proficient because we were winning all of our contests, and then they had us playing. I played with like the guys at like OU and stuff when I was like in 7th grade, and then we were doing like the college or level like sight reading contest. They like bring you into a room with sheet music, and they have a blank sheet of paper in front of it. You get to look at it for a second, and then you just have to start playing it like right off the spot for some judges,
What was
and you're
the
judged like immediately off of that.
what instrument did you play?
I played the trumpet.
Oh, dude. What happened to
Yeah,
your
I played
trumpet?
trumpet.
I've never seen you play.
I was actually in a ska band. Was actually the first band I was in was a ska band. I played trumpet, and we actually did that Real Big Fish cover of "Take Me On."
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but no, yeah, I played trumpet for. That was the first instrument I was like really proficient with, and I played piano for a little bit. But that's how I actually got my taste of like actually like composing music. Like I didn't sing or anything, obviously, because I had the trumpet in my mouth. But yeah, I still have it. Like I haven't played it in years, but I mean, I could bring it back out. Should go back. I
Do
should have
it, man.
took that somewhere. Been
Do
way
it,
better
bro.
as like a as a symphony player in a playing trumpet than trying to start a punk band. And I'm like 14.
Yeah, man, do it for sure. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Okay, so from here, pretty straightforward stuff. I'm just putting in basically noise is what you hear when you're listening to like a dance track, and this could be hella loud. Hold up.
Like
Oh,
when you're
maybe
listening to Light Lord.
Yeah, and you hear that in a dance track. That's just like these are called risers, and it's kind of a like I don't know what actually to call. This is a riser where it goes up. I don't actually know what to call this, or if there is a name for this. Like a
crescendo?
downer is what I've heard.
Oh, decrescendo.
You could probably call it decrescendo or something. Yeah, there's probably an actual music term for it, but
Yeah, like a crescendo is like when you're like coming out from nothing and building up into something, and then I think decrescendo is reverse to that, like starting out loud and tailing off, like fading
okay.
out.
Yeah, then that's what it would be, and then so yeah, and it's just a way of transitioning. So when you hear it and you're listening to the music, you're like, oh, okay, this is the start of a new section, or this is the end of a new section, or whatever, or like you'll be prepared for the new section to start. So like I usually don't use these. I usually just use crashes and stuff, and that like gets me by. But I've been trying to make a point to put in like another term they call it is sweeps, because it goes whoosh, or whatever, you know.
Like okay, so that's your transition.
Yeah, it's just a transitioning tool. So, but yeah, man. So 2 bars over here.
Oh, very Pink Floydy.
Is it? I don't listen to Pink Floyd. I'm not gonna lie.
What? Okay. Yeah. When you were asking me, it's like any songs like really come back to you. I was thinking, I said Mamas and the Papas. Well, I was like, dude, Pink Floyd was one of those bands too.
Interesting.
Shit.
I've never given them a proper chance, and like, but yeah, I get that a lot of people really like them. I'm probably super jaded about that, but you know what? I'll give them a chance. I'll put them down.
Oh yeah, dude. We'll eat a bag of mushrooms and like watch The Wall.
The Wall.
Oh yeah, dude. It's a movie. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you gotta watch the movie The Wall, but you gotta watch it with me.
Yeah, we can do that.
That was a great movie. It was basically The Wall. They made the album, man. Dark Side of the Moon is a great movie, or not movie. It's a great album. Sorry.
This is also, I'm just putting in fills.
Ooh.
I'm trying to make a point to just be able to like without really even like paying attention to what I'm doing, just like finish tracks. I see a lot of people doing that, and I kind of want to start being able to do that. So this could sound terrible. I have no idea.
Nah, the best things are thrown together. ZZ Top, man.
ZZ Top.
I can't even remember like how Desi like described it and stuff. He plays this blues thing. He's like, all we were playing was just shuffling something or whatever. He's like, we start playing, and then all of a sudden we have something going on, man. Those are some of the best songs we wrote.
Dude, I feel that. I actually do feel that. Like whenever I'm not really caring about like how things turn out. Oh yeah, dude, another person that I actually feel like you would get along with really well. The dude that I started making music with originally, his name's Caleb, and he lives in Michigan, and he's probably gonna be the next, or not the next, but like one of the people that I have on the show and I talk to and stuff. After it's just him, you guys could probably hop in a call with me and we could all hang out virtually or whatever. He's a really cool guy. You'd like him a lot. But yeah, that was one of the things he like. We were on the phone when I was like telling him about the channel I'm starting, and he was talking to me about like different outlooks he has on music, and that was one of them where he's like, a lot of the time, man, the more you care about the outcome, the worse things turn out. So it's like better to just not care about the outcome and just like let things happen the way they happen. And I think that's definitely 100% true.
Well, it's how I feel like it's how stuff gets really commercialized and stuff. It's like you just threw something together or whatever really fast. It's like, oh, we have this, that, and then we put it out. But like there was really like no feeling to it, because I feel like the music loses a lot of passion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of those like really great songs and stuff were like made with guys just jamming, like feeling it with each other. That was my big attachment in getting into music, playing with other people and stuff, man. Like it was my substitute for family and stuff too, in a way. Like I didn't have a lot of great connections, but I mean, we all get in there and play like with you, dude. Like you're one of those people that I've always played with or like came up with. You're just comfortable and stuff to like make some of my favorite jams with, man. Like,
hell yeah, man. That's yeah, no, I feel that for sure.
and there's so much stuff like you'll hear. I can't even remember who going through like all the people I've seen in interviews and stuff. They're like trying to catch lightning in a jar. Like some of the stuff that they would play is like, man, we just left the mic on in the recording studio and we just kept playing and found something or something. It's like all the great things that we played didn't even make it on a recording. And so like the first two bands that I was in, a lot of it we didn't even get on track. I'm like, gosh dang it, now we gotta it would ruin it as soon as we turned the recorder on, because like we would just be sitting there jamming. Oh shit, we forgot to record that. We should have recorded that. Like, come on, like if I could get like, he had Jordan had this like old thing from like the 80s and stuff that you could like do like 8 tracks on and stuff, like and like do all of our mixing and stuff. But we had like, you could plug like 4 microphones in it, and we were in just like a concrete room and just bare nothings. Like the most we had was like the somebody dad was rich enough and bought them like a tube stack or a Marshall stack, and I just had nothing but a flask of tequila. like nothing, but made some of the great, like, so I can still remember those songs, Chinatown Bop and shit. Like, oh my god, I wish I had those recordings.
That sounds cool, man. Yeah, if you can remember them, dude, try just remaking them. I know how that feels though, like where the magic, like a lot of the takes you do, it's like the first take, and that's where the magic is. And if you don't capture that first take or whatever, or something goes on with that first take, or like there's like stuff in the background, it's just like, man, like we're never getting that back. It's like, oh man. But
maybe like start off like Jordan's playing bass or something. Like, man, I like that, and then just start getting into it, like bopping your head, and then like dude on the drums just picks it up. And he's like, oh, what? Oh, dude, I feel that. And he's like, I had this guitar riff. They could like just start, not even saying it, just start playing with somebody. Oh my god! And then it goes around the room, and then I don't know. It's kind of like sitting in the pit, and like you just feel that song come on, or that the band is playing, and then you're just like, God, and you just feel it all up in you. Then you can just pour out like lyrically. Like you know me, I never wrote down any of my lyrics. I've never did it. Like we'd have to record it, and then I would have to write it down afterwards and shit. And I was like, oh my god. So no song was ever exactly the same.
right.
It's like a new song every time.
Oh, that's how. Okay, hold on. There is a way to make chords. Hold on. I think I'm gonna have to cheat. Let me double check though.
You cheater.
Chords.
I want my CDs back. Give me back my jacket.
Extract a chord track, maybe. What? Maybe I can't do this the way that I want it to be done.
Is it consensual? I'm pretty sure you can.
Tuner. It is A. Maybe A minor. And then let's do present. Let's do, oh wait, actually. Nah, bro. Oh, also, yeah, check this out. This is, hold on, let's do chords. This is the TuneScapeBeats exclusive serum skin. So check it out. You know what I'm saying?
Check out my melody.
Oh yeah, I should probably. Do you have any questions about like anything I've done so far?
No, I'm pretty good.
Okay.
How did we get here?
Ooh. Okay, and then I'll put an LFO. An LFO is basically a automatic volume turner downer is like,
So
for
it's like
lack
a
of better
compressor?
words. So yeah, okay. If
Or
you
a
know what a
condenser?
compressor is, no. You're like right on the right track. Compressor turns the volume down when it reaches a threshold, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Okay, compressed. Yeah.
variable. There's a variable to it. With an
Mhm.
LFO, you set it and forget it. It's going to turn the volume down that much every single time, depending on the rate. Like this is set to quarter notes, so this should go off every time the kick goes off, but I could make it like, super fast, or I could make it like 16 bars where the volume takes 16 bars to turn down or whatever.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Mhm.
And you'll hear it
Making
like
sense.
it'll be a lot more obvious whenever I show you really quick. But yeah, so like we'll start off with just this. See, it sounds the exact same. Now I go.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the difference. It's a pretty big difference.
Okay. So it's like the kid with the volume knob in the car. It's just like,
This
dude,
is
listen to like.
Yeah, exactly.
With
This
the
is the
EQ.
kid. This is like literally the kid messing with the volume knob every single time though, and it's like perfect. It's never going to change. But the compressor thing is like exactly this, but it's whenever the volume of the actual sound, the instrument, reaches a certain threshold or level. You can also make a compressor sidechain, and every time, you can set it to where the kick is sidechained to a compressor. And sidechaining is just where it gets it gets turned down by an external source. So let's say like the kick goes off, the compressor, if it's sidechained to it, will see that kick is happening, and it'll turn down whatever that's being sidechained to. So if it was sidechained to the chords would get quieter every time the kick plays. That's how all that works. So these are all volume related like plugins. And yeah, these are
I'm
plugins.
learning.
Anything that goes on top of a VST, it's called a plugin or an effect.
Right.
So that's what we're working on right now. It's an LFO plugin.
Funky. This is definitely not perfect. I'm digging it.
I basically did it with no audio though. What was it? Let's do Ron. Wait, yeah. So now. So also throw the ROM on here. Throw the ROM on here, maybe. Hold up, this is definitely needing to be adjusted. Oh my god, something ain't right about this.
That ain't right.
Something ain't right.
That ain't right. Don't touch that.
Yeah, dude, I'm worried because if I were to go deaf right now, I would not be able to make tunes anymore. But
do it all in Braille.
Yeah, I guess I could try.
I can't hear it. Does that sound good? Someone has to write it to you in Braille. Oh, wait, no. Wait. No, that's if you're blind. My bad. Do everything in sign language.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Here, I gotta do this. And now we should be on the right track. Okay, so just a super easy, super simple beat. But yeah, man, like I'm trying to think like what else I can tell you. Is there anything that you see off the rip that you're like, what is that? Or did you hear anything that you're like, what is that?
What is that?
What is that?
What is that? What the hell is that?
I want to know what that is.
Really, like, I don't know. I don't really have too many questions about it. I'm not the person to talk tech to, but I understand like how you're explaining it to me. Like, isn't like me like picking up a calculator and trying to use it like a cell phone. Like, why isn't anybody talking to me? Like, I don't know. Like,
no, I think you also kind of just know what's going on somehow. Like you've been around me messing with Studio One a lot.
In this format, yeah. Like seeing it, like I recognize it. Like, what you have it set in A minor is like everything, or
yeah. The key is in A minor right now, and so I was able to basically this is a chords track, and I can go. I kind of want. Oh yeah, hold on. Actually, this is pretty cool. This is. I don't use
bring
this
it from
as
A
much.
minor and then go into a G. Like,
yeah, I don't use this very much, but I really want to start using it because it's a really cool tool. Like, let me show you what this actually does. You can make your instruments follow whatever scale or whatever key you want it to be in, basically. So AM.
See, I recognize that off of like the last stream when I was asking, is like, is this a C sharp? I mean, I can't really see because I got like cracked up screen right now, but I could definitely zoom in and look at it, like your tools and stuff, what you're using.
Oh, were you watching last stream?
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know I watch this. I'm big number one fan.
But yeah,
biggest
man, like,
number one fan.
No.
If you're not, then you're missing out.
Now I can just go like, I kind of want this to be G flat minor, right? And change it in here as well, actually. G flat minor. I don't know how to do the flats. This might work or this might not work. I don't think it worked.
I don't think
I don't know how this works exactly, but I need to like learn my DAW better.
It's okay. It's a learning experience for both of us. So, like, can you do like majors and stuff in it too?
Yeah, I don't know if this is just like I don't know if this would actually follow along with me. If I'm being honest, I don't think it works like that. But
Do you like have to reduplicate it though? Like if you're changing like your key, or does it just automatically turn all of that to G?
That's what I
G
thought it
flat
did,
minor?
but it's not working like that.
I would think you would have to reduplicate it because maybe thinking that you're trying to like put two different like two different keys like on top of each other. If that's what it's doing, I don't know. Maybe like you just played that as a chord for all of that.
Current chord. Let me do this. Like, I know for a fact whenever I input stuff into the, like if I record myself playing, it'll snap to the scale that I set it in.
Oh, it'll track you. Okay.
Yeah, it'll track it and like. Oh wait, that's dotted.
Follow along.
Yeah,
so
like,
creative.
I don't know how it works. Enable key switches. I don't get it, bro. What is the variation? What was all that? Hold on. What is this? I've never seen this screen. Who am I? What's going on? New
How'd you guys get in my bedroom? NASA? Is that the ghost of Stonewall Jackson?
This is crazy right now. I actually don't know what all this is. This is what I'm saying, man. Like, I've been using Studio One since like 2016, 2017 even. And there are so many things I still don't know at all about. Like, would never have guessed that is in this like workstation, let alone like. Hold on, wait. Is this what I need to be doing? No, it's not. See, I didn't even know this was there. What happens if I change the timing? 6 by 8. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's so many possibilities here. Quantize, humanize, let's do quantize notes. 5 strength. Let's do triplets. Yeah.
It's your new intro to your stream.
Huh?
It's the new intro to your stream. I like that. Yeah, welcome to Tunescape.
Throw a limit up.
say a limiter?
Oh yeah, a limiter is basically a compressor, but it goes like super fast. But it's a compressor. It's basically there's like no difference.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just that you can make it go like way faster than a compressor, but after that, there's no difference that I know of. Yeah, I guess it's just that somehow it makes sounds louder, like actually auditorily, like it appears louder. But it's not actually louder.
Like it condenses or compresses everything behind it, kind of so you can focus on it.
Yeah, it like smushes it all and makes it like sound louder, but it's not actually louder. Like the decibels stay the same. There's probably a better explanation for that I'm probably gonna just here. Actually, let me write that down. I'm gonna dive in deep to what all the different stuff is. Docs.
Rolling in the deep.
Learn about compressors and limiters more gooder than you already know about them. That turned into a run-on sentence. Okay. Yeah. Do you have any requests?
Request like what?
Like, do you have any requests for songs you'd like for me to start on?
Turn a song on? Uh,
Like any songs you'd like me to start on?
That we've worked on, or like remixing a song?
Like a new song that you'd like me to start on, or genre that you'd like to see me try making, or
I don't know. Like, what have you been working with besides the other stuff that like we've done?
I've been doing funk kind of a lot.
Okay.
Like, I could probably whip out a funk beat.
You know, I always love whatever you put on. So if we're working on something that you want, like that we could work on, heck yeah, I'm down with it.
Oh, wait, hold on. A brief explanation with great, good, fine, okay.
If you're just gonna try to crack the safe open and just like pour out all what I got in the vault of just the randomness going on, yeah, I can hear. I definitely have some funk playing in there. There's always like somebody like Flea or somebody playing the bass in my brain.
No, like PHONK. You know what funk music is?
Oh, not funk like with an F.
No, yeah, funk with a P.
What the fuck is that?
PHONK. Oh.
Taking the F out of funk? What the fuck?
I thought you knew what funk was. It's I mean,
We're not playing like Wild Cherry. Like play that funky music, white boy. Like
no, it's like here I'll play like a snippet because I'm sure these are. You're not watching my stream. Hold on, I gotta switch this over.
I'm not watching.
Change windows. Funk. Okay, there we go. Okay, this song. Yeah, have you ever heard that song before?
I don't know. I'm probably seeing it like on a reel or something going through Facebook. I don't even have TikTok, so.
Okay, yeah. Like it's basically like the 808 cowbell and then like a dance beat. Actually, there's a lot of variations of funk now. Like people make tons of different kinds of funk.
Like it definitely reminds me of like German techno and like some dubstep and then like whatever's going on like with today.
it's got the aesthetic of like Memphis rap mixed with like drift culture, like where people get like souped up really nice Hondas and like put neon under it and like get like cute e-girl
Oh, it's Tokyo drift
girlfriends.
culture.
Exactly. It's literally Tokyo drift culture. Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of which, bro, you know what? We didn't do this on stream last time, I don't think. Wait. No, yeah, we didn't. Funk stream 3. Let's do. I'm going to break down how to make a custom 808 cowbell. Because remember, that was what happened last time we were in Discord together. I was able to figure out how to make that. Let's do it. I already know what I'm doing it with, too. Let's do it with the Tokyo Drift. Dun, 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 that thing. I'm going to take
I
that
thought that's Mission Impossible.
No, that's.
Oh. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
dun,
so
dun, 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 dun.
Drift.
Totally cultured, exactly. Confused Tokyo Drift with Mission Impossible.
Bali Gamelon is what it's called. And it is a Korg Triton factory preset patch, meaning a Korg like synth, which are my favorite manufacturers of synths, made basically funk. Like basically created funk. Not really, but kind of in a distant way. Like that culture specifically, man, that shit revolves around the Tokyo Drift theme song in every possible way. Sample.
It's the best one. It's the only one that Vin Diesel's like barely in.
Otro sonido que quizás conozcas del Core M1. Nos vamos a la sección del browser.
Come on, man. Where is it?
Where did you
go? Wave samples. Okay, I think I'm on the trail. Here, you know what? I'm gonna stream this. I don't know if this will be very interesting. Oh, I'm already streaming it. Okay. But this is me scouring the internet for a sample of the Korg Triton. Trying to get this specific preset. Dude, come on.
Alright, so the Caribbean style, looking for the Triton of the side.
No. Ooh, that sounds cool. Okay, I think we got it. I gotta get. I'll follow this guy. How do I? Hold on. I have to route the audio from here. No, wait. I don't know how to do this right now. No way. I'm gonna have to.
Abort mission. Abort mission. See, I told you it was Mission Impossible. I knew it.
Okay,
Tom Cruise.
I think I know how to do this. I just don't
Help me,
know
Tom Cruise.
how good this is gonna turn out. We'll find
Save
out
me.
though.
Help me, Oprah Winfrey.
Help me.
Tom Cruise uses witchcraft to get the 5 minutes.
Help me. Okay, let's try this. We'll do this. Okay. Jeez Louise. Check. Okay, I think I got it.
Wow, that was cool.
So we'll do. Yes, okay. It's live. I just did it. Oh, that's why. Okay. Yeah, we got it.
Got it.
All right. Go back here. That
Good
was
work,
not
Angel.
easy, man. That was not easy. I'm not gonna lie. I was not sure that was gonna be possible to do.
One day you'll hire the 18.
X. Perfect right there, dude. Literally the perfect sample doesn't exist. Let's do this. Okay. Now let's rename this. And we'll put this into an actual files. Okay, custom cowbells. I'm just gonna put this in here. Here was the cowbell we came up with last time.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's the new one. Now we remove, put, oh yeah, we already got that in there. So I gotta tune this. The reason I have to tune this is because if I play a C, I want it to be a C. And I have to.
So you're setting like the bell, actually, or like whatever instrument that they use to play that to the key that you want, or the note that you want.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So that is a C. It might be need a little bit more sense. Like it might be a couple cents off. Let's do
just some change.
1. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Bro, this is about to be crazy. I'm really excited right now.
Y'all gonna make me go all out.
Okay. So now. Oh yeah, okay, let's do this. And we'll loop this. Okay, and then we want to, okay, so this is a sampler. I just put this in.
Right.
The whole idea of a sampler is that you take a sound and make it, you can make it your own and make it sound however you want to, react to, like whenever I press this button, it reacts in a certain way. And but yeah, so now I'll show you something cool. So I'll put this on the release, and this is basically it's gonna loop. If I press this long enough, it's just gonna loop it, and I can make that fade. So now it's just gonna be very natural sounding.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
Like you can barely tell that it's like sampled, because without it, wait, if I were to do this, see how it cuts off very harshly? Now if I put that loop back on, put it on the release, it's nice and smooth. I can even do this. And it fades out very, very naturally. Wait, this is already... Okay, I'm not going to be able to make a cowbell out of this, I just realized. But this in its own right is kind of already a cowbell. The reason being, cowbells are two tones stacked on top of each other, usually like a fifth and like whatever else. I think it's a fifth. This has two tones. I think that might be a fifth already, actually. So let's make this into like a cool pattern though. Let's put some distortion on it. Just to try it. I'm not sure how good it'll sound. Might sound like crap. Ooh.
Doing some reverb.
Oops. I don't know. I'm not digging this. Hold on. I don't usually start out with the actual like synth first. So maybe I do. Yeah, let's get some funk, like a funk kit in here. Oh yeah, I already have one made, so this won't take very long. Packs. Let's load up the funk. Or I thought I did. Wait, no, I don't. Hold on, I know why. Okay, let's go. Have you seen that kid? Okay, let's go.
What?
Have you ever seen that kid? Hold on, I'll show
What
you.
kid? I'll look at kids. That's why I got fired as a lifeguard. Not really, no.
Hold up. This is not.
It's so mad when they turn blue.
Come on. Hold up. My Discord is not wanting to work. Oh, it's because I'm doing some crazy stuff in the DAW right now.
Tis okay.
Everything is taking forever. I might not be able to show you.
It's okay. It closed the stream out on me too.
I had to close out because it's not wanting to load in my DAW.
Nah, it's all good. Unless you just like have to.
Here. Cancel. There we go. Okay, it just loaded. Okay, and I'll do this. I'll do this. All right, now check this out. You ready to watch the most influential, like, clip of any clip on YouTube?
Like these guys are. This is the guy who like fired up Creed, right?
Yeah. Here, check this out. Check this out.
Okay, let's go.
This is dog barking.
No, that was my dog, but yeah.
I was like, okay, let's go bark. I'm like, what?
Okay. And then we can do. Okay, yeah. Let me do this. Oh yeah, man. Okay, there is a really good reason to save this. Save. How do I save again? Oh yeah, save. I very rarely save presets. Maybe I do. Okay, funk kit custom. Perfect. Okay, now I can close this. Okay, let's go.
And your dog just like hears that. Okay, let's go bark.
Okay, I don't know how this is gonna sound off the rip, but it shouldn't sound bad off the rip, I don't think. Okay.
Out of pocket.
do this. Turn down that distortion. Oops. Okay.
Oh, dude, I'm just hearing like higher notes right now.
Huh?
I hear like really high notes with that right now for some reason in my head. Kind of like 80s like synth. No. Can you go another octave up?
Yeah, try it.
Try it. I don't know if I'm thinking like funk style at all, but like for some reason those like, tunes started hitting me in the head. I'm like, man, try that like 3 octaves higher, like
3
almost
octaves
like
higher.
Maybe like 2 more from that.
2 more from here. That's 6. It's not very audible. I can't
No, not
hear
really.
that very well. Here, maybe. Ooh, that's sharp.
It is.
Oh, hold on. Okay, I'm kind of digging that actually.
Okay, one thing like those notes that you put like a couple octaves higher, reverb and make them like super wet.
Okay, we can try that.
Maybe. That's just the note that I'm hearing in my head is like a super like reverb, like wet, like high, like almost like if you took a xylophone or something and put a reverb pedal on it. Yeah. That's wicked. That's sick.
Yeah. maybe I swap these around. Start with the lower.
I like that.
It's kind of a mid-tempo. Percussion. Cowbell, for lack of a better term.
Zabelle.
Low. And maybe we go. Oops. Keep doing that for some reason. Maybe, possibly, I might actually swap these around. G. So we got. Oh, I'm fucking up. This is the high. Okay, yeah, I'm tripping.
Trip.
Bam, bam. Let's try it with like a. Some distortion. Ooh. Okay, so from the top, make it drop.
Drop, drop, drop.
You like that?
Make it drop. Making it drop.
So we start this over. I really want this to be an octave lower already. So 3. No. You know what I'm saying?
The heck is that?
It's a little funk thing.
I do my capella.
Just as a trial. I don't know if this will be the one, but. my lord. Send this to the, oh wait, output bus. I'm not digging that. Oh wait, that sample could work though.
I say put it in the basement or something.
Compressor. And we sidechain it to the div thing here. There we go. Man, that's too high. It's like ear piercing. Hold up.
I know, I love it. I don't know why I love it.
I gotta at least turn it down.
Nah, yeah, go for it.
Do this. Okay, and then that might be a little too much. It's very, very. And then let's look for one more acapella. Just too much distortion on that. Okay, now we mess with the percussion. So right at 9, we're gonna do the dip snare. Da-da. We gotta do this more often. and it's got the hats on it. Okay. Where is the natural spot where the hat should come in? Maybe here-ish?
Like triplets.
Oops. No.
No.
Okay. Okay, another thing is, this is something that might be really tough to explain, but you should be able to understand. So, like, in samplers, they have this thing called choke, and you can set it to a channel. I'll set this hat to channel 1. This is another reason why, like, it's best not to just take a kick and put the actual audio on the timeline and then make your percussion around that. You can technically control choke in that view. It's just like needlessly harder. It's literally needlessly harder. But yeah, basically anytime this plays with this, you know how this is like a really long open hat sample.
Right.
So if this plays, it gets canceled out by this now. That's what choke is.
Okay.
So it'd normally be like this length, but now I can make it super short with that.
It just gives you more control, right?
Huh?
It just gives you more control, right?
Yeah, it gives you more control, and a lot of the times, especially with hats, if you have an open hat in the equation, they'll start like messing with each other because they're the same like
tone.
Exact. Yeah, they're exactly. They're the same tone. They're in the same EQ as each other, so they have like if they get put together, it can sound like overbearing sometimes.
Right, just blends in.
What'd you say?
It's like, yeah, right. They like blend on each other and they just like overpower everything.
Yeah, it's like clashing sort of deal.
Yeah.
Kind of want this to go up here. There we go. And then I probably want to take out this so it's just... And then bring back in the kicks, the kick and snare over here. Right around here. Bring it back into this, the hats and all that goodness.
Goodness.
All that. Oh my goodness.
No. Hello?
Let's push this back.
Get back.
And then go like this. You feel me, Doug?
Sure you do.
Let's see if there are any cool. Ooh, that might be cool. What's 5 plus 12? 17.
17.
Wait.
So you can't even really hear
right.
it.
That wasn't right. Hold up. Okay, -7. Not working.
Wait, what were you at? Were you at 12 plus or were you at?
I was trying a bunch of different ones just to see what would work. Sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. Sometimes you can like, make it work, but yeah, it just wasn't wanting to happen.
Ooh, that might work. I'm about to say, do you have like a guitar riff in there?
I don't know. I just got this sample pack. I don't know where it would be, but probably. I don't know if this will work. No, it is not sounding like it's going to. No. Fuck.
Sick.
Movie clips?
Ever notice how you come across somebody once in a while that
you shouldn't have fucked with?
Oh yeah, Dirty Harriet.
think it's
It almost
Gran Torino.
like the. Oh, that's Gran Torino. Oh, sorry. I left Winnie this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're probably asking one question. Do I feel lucky?
Ever notice how you come across somebody once in a while that you shouldn't have fucked with?
Oh, that's cool. What are the other movie clips?
The therapist is Dr. Sanford Unger, a psychologist trained in the treatment of mental disorders. The therapist is
Wow.
Dr. Sanford.
Several weeks later, after smoking reefers, Marty's befogged brain hit on a clever way to open pop bottles.
Yeah, atomic bomb.
Later, Stan went to the hospital for swallowing broken glass. Marty badly cut the inside of his mouth, though he didn't even know it at the time. Before long, Marty was hooked.
Okay, I gotta put a filter on that. Edit. Let me bring this.
What are you doing there?
Oh yeah. So basically, any knob in the whole DAW, like any knob, like name any knob or anything that I can turn up or down, I can do what's called automations with. So it's like that LFO thing,
Okay.
but I can, like where there's a kid who just turns up and down the volume. I am doing that for like the cutoff of the filter right now. Do you know what the cutoff of the filter is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for those who don't, it's like here, the easiest way I can explain it is actually if I get an EQ out. Okay, so a filter is if you take an EQ and you just basically turn down either the highs or the lows, usually. The highs, if I cut out the highs, it's called a high cut. If I cut out the lows, it's called the low cut. So it's either a low cut or a high cut filter. You can also have a bell or a peaking filter, which looks like this. You can also do, there's a couple other versions of filters, or actually infinite, literally infinite versions of filters, because you can also make them like custom. Like this is technically a filter. Like this is a filter in itself. Like you can, there's endless filters. The cool thing about filters though, that are like meant to be filters is you can control what's called the resonance, meaning like the peak value when it's, oh man, let me bring back the Pro EQ. So say if I just have this, man, get out of here. All of you get out of here. Everything get out of here. There we go. Okay, so the peak value. So if I just want this low cut, but I want it to have a little bit of oomph right here. Like I want it to be like very obvious that I'm low cutting. That's called resonance. And it's a lot easier to hear than it is to explain.
No, yeah.
But so if I were to do, where's my hats? Okay. So this is the resonance here. So I can make this like a very subtle cutoff. Or I can make it very drastic, where it's like so you can hear that it's like even sounding like a riser from earlier, that just kind of goes up in pitch almost. So filters that you know have resonance on saves you a lot of time, so you don't have to like draw in everything from an EQ, because that shit would take so long anyway. And this kind of sounds better than you could probably make it happen on an EQ. But technically, an EQ is in its own right a filter. A filter is just a simplified EQ. They're the same thing, basically.
Right.
I gotta cut that too. Take out that cowbell.
Several weeks later, after smoking reefers, Marty's befogged brain hit on a clever way to open pop bottles. Later, Stan went to the hospital for swallowing broken glass. Marty badly cut the inside of his mouth, though he didn't even know it at the time. Before long, Marty was hooked.
Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go.
And went to the hospital for swallowing.
Okay. Now I'm going to do a couple things. It's missing a bass line, which would fucking help the shit out of this, I bet. Yeah, it would definitely make it sound a little better. And then I'm going to probably try to master this really fast, because that's basically the only way I master, is just like without thinking, just basically it just gets done for me, basically.
Yeah.
And then oh wait, actually, so I'm gonna X this. So basically, you know what crossfading is for like DJs and stuff, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, so it's create crossfades. Yeah, wait, why isn't this working? Why? Oh. Okay, I'm not doing all that. Well, yeah, crossfading just for like educational purposes for the stream. Crossfading is where you lead into another sound or another clip or another song or whatever. So basically in Studio One, all you need to do to crossfade is highlight 2 audio samples, tracks, clips, whatever. Press the X key on your keyboard and it automatically crossfades it for you. It is something I use without thinking about it, so I wanted to stop and explain that. And try it yourself. It'll definitely save you some time. I'll show you a little way that it works right now. We can take this clip and this clip. I'm just gonna, this is gonna sound very, very random, but I don't even know what this clip is. But I'm gonna put these two right next to each other, and if I play them without crossfading,
The most fright.
it can sound kind of rough usually. Here,
Most fright. Most fright.
it'll sound very, very obvious if I stretch it out, so let's do that. See how it just like basically slams into the next clip?
Right, you need to blend it together.
Yeah, that. It's pretty abrasive, so now I can X, and it's gonna be a little better at first. Like that's slightly better, and then I can also go, wait. I can also stretch one of these out. And now the crossfade is huge, so it's going to be very... It's going to lead into it very easily. This is kind of a bad example, but if I do...
Well, it's like fading into it. It's like a blending, like fading blend, right?
Exactly.
Like making it come in almost seamlessly, like while it's crossing over, you're fading into it.
Yeah, like if I were to do this...
Basically, the name itself is explanatory to me.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty... See, that's like seamless. Otherwise, there could be pops. It could cause issues just in general. You don't always want a crossfade because sometimes you want those pops and you want it to sound like a little shitty and not like done well. So sometimes
those are like pauses and breaks in the song, you know?
Yeah. Like sometimes you want it to sound like that because you want to keep it sounding like it's not done professionally. You want it to sound like, you know, you made this song in your garage. So especially with lo-fi music of any sort, not just like the actual genre of lo-fi, but like music that is lo-fi. People like to like not crossfade and whatnot. I just am in the habit of making things cleaner sounding as much as I can, but I probably shouldn't do that. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, quit doing that.
For funk, it's supposed to be gritty and not always auditorially appealing. And here's a perfect example too of another thing that kind of matches up with that. I want to humanize the track, make it sound like a real person's playing these instruments. So I'm going to humanize it just by lowering the velocity on some of these instruments, because I already set the maximum level. Like, basically, this is how I do it. I set the levels here, and I definitely don't want them to be louder. I want them to be quieter, because if they go any louder, then it'll potentially mess up my mix. So I just want to go to humanize, turn the velocity down like a pretty good amount. I usually do like start out with maybe like 16 and do it like twice. That way it randomizes it twice. And it may not be super, super obvious, but if I do it again and again, it's going to be very, very humanized. Like some notes are going to be way quieter than others.
It's basically just like when you're humanizing it, you're rendering it, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but yeah, so now it sounds more like a real person is actually playing these instruments. And then I can also
I played this.
Yeah, I played this with my bare hands just now.
Yeah,
You
I
missed it.
own these instruments. Where do you keep all this stuff in a studio apartment?
And then I like to add some swing because it sounds more like a human's playing this. Also, actually, you can also mess with the timing. And this is where it's like you can get very, very nitty gritty and make it so the timing on the kick is sooner than the timing on, the snare and stuff like that. So I can do by negative 0.00.00 or 03 start range where it's like barely noticeable, or I can go bam. Like this is going to be very obvious. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want it to be that drastic. So we'll do like 0.4. So the kick is just going to be a little bit sooner. This is technically called groove or humanization. It's the same thing. It's how one person plays that instrument. And then I can also do the same thing with these snares, but I could do it for less, where it's like barely gonna be a little bit early. Same thing with the other snare that I have, except I could do it a little bit late, which is like one, like super, super not noticeably late. Humanize the hats as well, where it could kind of be in the middle. Humanize the open hats, where it could be a little bit earlier.
For long, Marty was hooked.
So now it's very humanized. I can also slightly quantize it to clean it up if it sounds too messy. But this is already really nice, not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
And then I want to do the same thing on the cowbell and stuff.
I
that's already a world of a difference. But yeah, we can do humanize to this. I kind of want to do a mix of both on the high cowbells. On the low cowbells, let's do where it's a little bit staggered backwards. And on the very high cowbells, let's do, wait, is this? You know what, we're going to switch this. Does that make sense? Yeah, okay, we're going to do this. This will be kind of like a variant. Okay. I'll do kind of more towards rushing. I mean, that sounds pretty sick. I'm going to do slight quantization on the whole MIDI track here, though. And we're going to do it super slight. Straight. Like barely noticeable, but it feels cleaner, you know what I'm saying? Okay, and then let's get down to the nitty gritty here. We want this to be as high as we can because it's one of those genres where it's like supposed to be a little bit more on the loud side. And then this automatically sets your EQ. So you want to kind of turn that down if you want it to be filtered out on the highs. If not, here, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Okay. Maybe it's time to try putting definitely needs to be turned down. I could probably also take out every kick that is on top of a snare. Just to make it so it's less abrasive. Yeah, and then I also need to humanize that kick I just put in. And then double check and make sure the mastering isn't completely fucked after I did all this. All right. Man, I feel like just from doing these streams, I'm already starting to like pick up pace in my DAW and be a lot faster and more efficient. Especially because I've been learning like a ton of stuff I didn't know.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Speaking of things I did not know.
You're not the father?
It's
not my baby.
Is not my son. I'm gonna do
I'm the baby.
Macros for removing notes. I'm also gonna switch views because I just realized I was on the wrong view that whole time. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do that kick. Humanize. We're gonna make it so it's just a little bit dragging. We also need to do this. And then humanize again. Zero that out. Do this. Humanize again. Do that. Okay. Now we gotta we just need to make sure our master is still good.
Several weeks later, after smoking reefer.
Just a little, under kick where like you can't hear it very well, but you can feel it, and it's like got groove to it and all that.
Mm-hmm. Kind of a difficult thing to explain because I don't really know how this works myself, but basically what I'm doing here is having the master assistant check the EQ and see where the sweet spot is for the limiter threshold. The limiter threshold is how much is this track going to be compressed and limited, like so that way it can be as loud as it can possibly be. This is the part that I don't know how it works very well,
but it basically makes things more stereo, and I don't know how to explain that very well. I'm not going to be I'm not going to be able to explain that. I'm not going to lie.
Well, it's a master assistant, right?
Yeah, well, the imager, this is called stereo imaging. And basically, it'll be very, very obvious whenever I start doing it. I just don't know how to explain how it works. But basically, it doesn't. And now it's mono. The more I go out, the more stereo the sound.
Several weeks later,
and then I can stereoize it, and now it's gonna make it sound like extra stereo. Hold on, I can go. No idea how this works or why this sounds better.
Several weeks later, after
of stereo and mono that you want out of the track, though, like, so you can tell if you've messed it up if you go into mono and oh, that kind of sounds weird, oh, this kind of sounds weird. This still sounds fine though. I'm gonna put a little hiccup there somewhere. I just heard a pop right there.
No, I think I did too.
Huh?
I did too.
Yeah, I just went in here, I cut this, and you can fade that in manually, or fade that out manually. Okay, and what I'm doing here is consolidation. In Studio One, the easiest way to do this is to group two tracks together by pressing G, and then you can bounce it by, I don't know what the default is, but I press Control B. That might be the default. I can't really remember, but that's how I do it. This could be turned up more now. Oh yeah. See what it sounds like if we speed this bad boy up. Actually, you know what would be interesting? If we started out at this tempo and just gradually got faster, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Several weeks later, after smoking reefers, Marty's befogged brain hit on a clever way to open pop bottles. Later, Stan went to the hospital for swallowing broken glass. Marty badly cut the inside of his mouth, though he didn't even know it at the time. Before long, Marty was hooked.
to stay right around there for a little while. Bring it down just a tad. Bring it down a little bit more. A little bit more. Sorry, I'm like.
No, I was literally gonna say that too. I was like, just a touch more.
Yeah. Yeah, even a little bit more. That sounds just right, that's too fast there. Maybe we go back to 101 here. I think 101 is the sweet spot.
Several weeks later.
Okay, I dig. Also, I feel like this kind of runs on too long. So. Let's do this. Is that tempo? Here we go. Sterilize this more. Oh, that's right, it's mono.
Several weeks later.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Gorgeous.
I will, I think, call the stream there, man.
Dude, hell yeah.
I
Thanks
dig
for
where
having
that
me on.
track went.
Loved it.
Yeah, bro. Appreciate you hopping on. Definitely gonna have you back. Don't know when. It might be tomorrow. It might be next week. I have no fucking idea. No plans for like the actual schedule of the stream or anything. I just, like whenever it feels right, it feels right, But yeah, man, really glad to have you on, and I feel like I have a lot to clip and make into shorts, and a lot of content that can be used out of it. So
Heck yeah. Maybe hopefully next time I'll have more done on this. I'm working on a new song called Broken Glass or Glass on the Floor. I don't know when I'm gonna get done with it, but hopefully we'll figure some more stuff out. But definitely, it was a lot of fun.
That could be cool, man. That could be pretty sick. Yeah, man. Well, all right. I guess I will sign off with them, and I'll hit you up later, man.
All right. Good night, viewers.
All right. Peace out, man.
Deuce.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. Feel free to once I always say this, but seriously, feel free to reach out if you want to participate. You can literally come on and be a guest. Just let me know. My link tree should be in like every single like streaming platform that I use. So don't be afraid to use it and message me. It's such a small channel. I have no idea where any of this is gonna go, and I would love to hear your feedback and anything you want to see happen, or if you want to be a part of it, I welcome you in. But yeah, thank you so much again for watching. I'll be creating a lot of. I already have a couple clips that I'm planning on releasing from the previous 2 streams. I was able to get the first stream going and everything and have a couple clips from there. And the second stream, I have a couple clips from there. So watch out for those on YouTube, TikTok, Reels, Shorts, whatever. And I'm, joining into different groups and channels on all of the social media platforms, trying to extend my outreach as much as I possibly can. And yeah, just like if you guys would like to see more, I'd appreciate a follow or subscription, or however you're viewing me. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful night. And thanks for watching. Bye.